Today, today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter number 23, punctuation marks and use of capital letters. So today we should know that what are these signs or marks and how they are used in a sentence. Because when we read a chapter, you must have seen different signs come, like comma, full stop, colon, semicolons, apostrophes. So you should know that how it is used and what is the sign of it. Okay, so before learning the sign, you should know what is punctuation. So what is punctuation? Punctuation is the use of marks and signs in writing. Whenever you write, like here also we can see full stop is there, comma is there. So these are different signs which we use when we are writing in English, any subject. Okay. So this is the use of marks and sign in writing. Now it is used to separate words into clauses, phrases, and sentences in order to make meaning clear. Clauses are what? Clauses are a group of words which makes a complete sense or which gives a clear meaning to us. While phrases is what? Again, it is a group of words, but its meaning is not clear. So now, different type of punctuations are like full stops, question marks, exclamation mark, comma, quotation, apostrophes, colons, semicolons, hyphens, dashes, and brackets. These are different punctuation marks or signs. Now we will be learning about them and we'll learn how to use each of these punctuation marks correctly, right? So now let's see. Okay. So Piyush, my screen is visible with different signs. Just give me a thumb up. Yeah, fine. So these are the common marks of punctuation. Okay. First one is full stop. This is the mark. This is comma. Two dots. This is colon. One dot and comma. This is semicolon. This, question mark, exclamation mark. This is quotation mark, opening and ending. Okay. This is apostrophe and this dash is known as hyphen. So one by one, we are going to study about them, that how they are used in a sentence. So first one is your full stop. So use a full stop at the end of a sentence that is a statement, anything. Assertive sentences, you can see. Assertive sentences are what? They are your statement sentences. Like if I say today is Monday, so this is a statement, right? So it is used when you are using a sentence that is statement. Like, I know that you will never break my trust intentionally. If the last word in the sentence ends in a full stop, do not use another full stop after it. Okay. Like you can see here, I know that MD, she is my sister-in-law. So if the last word in the sentence is ending with a full stop, you can see here, do not use another full stop after it. We are not going to use another full stop. MD is a short form. Okay. Abbreviation होता है ये. मास्टर ऑफ जैसे होता है ना, मास्टर इन मेडिसिन, या जैसे होता है BA बैचलर ऑफ आर्ट्स, तो उसी तरह से MD भी एक एब्रीविएशन है which is used here. Please shop, cook, etc. I will do it. I will do the things, or whatever. The sentence is not given fully, so I am not explaining it more. Next is third one. The full stop is placed at the end of an assertive or imperative sentence. Now, in the beginning also, I told you that you have to be very particular about your grammar, because any part of grammar can come anywhere. Now, when we are learning punctuation marks, again, types of sentences have also added in this. So you should know what are assertive and imperative sentences. Assertive are statement sentences. Like this is your assertive sentence, that honesty is the best policy. The sky is blue. This is assertive sentence. You cannot change. It is a universal truth. Imperative sentences are those sentences which show command, advice, request. Like when you say, may I come in? So you are requesting. If you are commanding like stand up, be quiet, stop, don't shout, these are your commanding sentences. But this sentence is also imperative, but it is a big one. It's not a short sentence. Wait for me till I return. So you are telling somebody or you are just commanding someone. Okay. So when you are using the imperative sentence as a long sentence, we end it with full stop. But when the imperative sentence is short, so we just put exclamation mark here, right? So this is also only given here when but sometimes an exclamation mark is placed at the end of a short imperative sentences, right? Next is comma. This is what? Comma marks the shortest pause. When you want to give a pause, you want to give a stop, very short stop. Okay. First, to avoid confusion, use commas to separate words and word groups within a series of 3 or more. Suppose if in a sentence, if there are 3-4 words which are giving confusion, which are creating confusion in the sentence, we can just separate them by using comma, right? Like my property is to be split among my husband, daughter, son, and nephew. Okay. Now, omitting the comma after son would indicate that the son and nephew have to split 1/3 of the property. So, it is compulsory to put comma and then write and here. Okay. Next is use a comma to separate two adjectives when the word and can be inserted between them. This sentence is written like he is a he is a strong, comma, healthy man. This came in your PA2 paper also. In BFG also we have studied this now. Write the correct order of adjectives. Okay. So here when two adjectives are given and there is no and in the sentence, it is not joined by conjunction, then also you can insert a comma. He is strong, healthy man. And you can also write he is a strong and healthy man. Both are correct. Third point is saying use commas before or surrounding the name or title of a person directly addressed. If you are addressing like here, you are addressing Aisha. So how will you write? Will you, comma, Aisha, do that assignment for me? Directly you are addressing. Here, yes, comma, doctor, I will. So when you are directly addressing a person, you can just insert a comma. Okay. Next is, let's see the next rule. We can use a comma when we want to separate the day of the month from the year and after the year. Same as this format we use for writing date in formal and informal letters. This way only you write December 5, 2003. It means you are separating this date from this year. So how will you write? She talked to her husband on December 5, 2003, in Mill Valley, California. So everything you have separated by using commas here, right? If any part of the date is omitted, leave out the comma. If there is no date here, only month is given. So how will you write? They talked in December 2003, in Mill Valley. That's okay. Now use commas to set off expressions. If you are just setting off the expressions that are interrupting the flow of a sentence, then we can use comma like I am, as you have probably noticed, very nervous about this. So you are expressing and you are setting off the expressions. They are interrupting the flow. That's why we are using commas here. I am, as you have probably noticed, very nervous about this. If you are not putting the commas, how the sentence will look? I am, as you have probably noticed, very nervous about this. But here you are using commas to set off expressions. Okay. Now the sixth rule is saying if something or someone is sufficiently identified, The description following it is considered non-essential and should be surrounded by commas. How? Yes, I'll tell you. Like I am talking about Freddy, or I am giving some identification, or I am just want to give some information about this person. What? Like I am just telling that he is the person available with required qualification. With required qualification. So how I am explaining Freddy, comma, who has a limp. Limp is a person who is not able to walk properly. That person is called limp. Okay, उसके limp होता है, उसको कहते हैं limp. So Freddy, comma, who has a limp, comma, was the only person available with required qualification. One more example, like if I say the girl, comma, who has long hair, comma, is not attentive in my class. So I am explaining about that girl, or I am giving any description about that girl or any information by explaining that what is the description of that girl, the girl with long hair. So this way also you can use your comma here. Next is, let me share the screen. Yes, let me take the 7th one. Now 7th one says when there are two clauses in a sentence. When there are two clauses in a sentence. Clauses भी क्या होते हैं? A set of words which are giving full meaning. So now you can see here are two sentences. First one is this: if you are not sure about this. Second one is let me know now. ठीक है? अगर आप इसके बारे में निश्चित नहीं हो तो मुझे अभी बता दो. तो नहीं बोला, तो मैं हिंदी में बोल रही हूँ. ठीक है? सेंटेंस क्या है? अगर आप इसके बारे में निश्चित नहीं हो मुझे अभी बता दो. Both the sentences when translated into Hindi, they are giving meaning. But which one is your strong clause? This one is your strong because it is saying that let me know now. You are sure. You are telling let me know. मुझे अभी बता दो. But first one is saying that if you are not sure about this, you are not sure, you are not particular, then you will separate the two clauses with the help of this comma. But if the strong clause is used in the beginning of the sentence, we do not use comma. Because हमने यहाँ क्या लिखा है? देखो, let me know now if you are not sure about this. So this is your strong clause. So here we are not using any comma. Next, when two strong clauses are joined by a conjunction, and, or, but, for, or nor, you can omit the comma if the clauses are both short. First one is saying 2 points are there and 2 examples are given. First point is saying you are separating two strong clauses when they are joined by a conjunction. Like first one, I have painted the entire house, and, or but, he is still working on sanding the doors. So two sentences are there. This is the first one. He is still working on the sanding doors. This is the second. And we have joined the both with but we have used what? Comma also here. Yes, because we are using two strong clauses and it is joined by a conjunction. So before conjunction, we are putting comma. But if both the sentences are short, or if both the clauses are short, we can write and we can complete. We don't need any comma here. Now, use the comma to separate two sentences if it helps to avoid confusion. Now here this sentence you can see I chose the colors red and green and blue was his first choice. So now it's looking little bit confusing if you read it together. But when I have divided the sentence into two and I have inserted a comma here, then the meaning is pretty good here. You can see pretty good means it's clear to us. I chose the colors red and green. मैंने कौन से कलर्स चूज किए? रेड एंड ग्रीन, और ब्लू उसकी फर्स्ट चॉइस थी, राइट? सो व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग इट इन दिस वे, you can just identify the two different sentences very clearly. Next point is when exact words are said by the speaker and they are in the quotation marks, then you put comma here. Like he actually said, I do not care. So I do not care are the exact words spoken by this person. So when you are using this, you are using the exact word in quotation marks, and before this, you are putting this comma here. And this should not be more than 3 lines. This should be your short quotation marks में जो भी लिखा है, that should be less than 3 lines. Next rule is saying if a sentence is having a statement also and a question also. So you can separate statement and question by putting a comma. So how can you see? See, this is a statement, I can go, and this is question sentence, can't I? So you are separating both of them by putting this comma. Now, rule number 12 is saying use a comma to separate contrasting parts of a sentence. Like, this is my money, not yours. Like, so my and yours, they are opposite words or they are contrasting parts of a sentence. Like, this is English class, not maths. So you are just giving the opposite here. So here also you can insert comma. So this is not my, this is my money, not yours. So here you have inserted a comma. Next rule. Yes. Use a comma when beginning sentences with introductory words such as well, now, or yes. So now remember these 4 words, they are introductory words in a sentence. Yes, no, well, or now. Whenever you are starting the sentence with these words, you have to put a comma after them because they are known as introductory words in grammar. So yes, comma, I do need that report. Well, comma, I never thought I had lived to see the day. Okay. Now, when therefore and however, such words are used in a sentence and they are used as interrupters. They are used as disturbing words. Then we put comma before also and we put comma after this word also. Like use commas surrounding words such as therefore and however when they are used as interrupters. Like I would, comma, therefore, comma, like a response. I would be happy, comma, however, comma, to volunteer for the Red Cross. So these words are interrupting the sentence. If I read the sentence like this, I would be happy to volunteer for the Red Cross. This is also right. I would like a response. This is also right. But we have added these interrupting words. They are disturbing the sentence. So to make the sentence clear, what we have done, you have just inserted a comma before and after these words. Now next is your colon. Colon is what? It indicates a greater pause than that shown by a semicolon. It is not used now except to mark off a direct quotation. When you are marking a direct quotation, that time only it is used. Otherwise, it is not used now. We don't use it generally. Now, where are they used? When you are introducing a list of items, then you can use like namely, for example, or that is. If I tell you, you want to give some examples. So do you write? For example, then you put two dots and then you give an example. Okay, if I tell you to write the example of assertive sentence, so you can write the example of assertive sentences. Then you write, for example, 2 dots. Like I have given this list. I want the following items. So what are your following items? These are your following items: butter, sugar, and flour. So you have put 2 dots to introduce your list. Okay. Now a colon should not precede a list. It should not start unless the sentence is complete. So like this is a sentence. अब यहाँ भी देखो examples के बाद dots लगाए हुए ना 2 colon का sign है. Why? Because we are giving these examples. Here also you can see colon is used because we are giving different examples. So like if this is a sentence, I want an assistant who can input data, write reports and complete text forms. So how will you write it using colon? I want an assistant who can do the following. What following things he can do? You have inserted the comma and now you are giving the list here. He can input data, write reports, and complete text forms. Next, if there are two sentences, or you can say two clauses, this is the first one, this is the second one. I enjoy reading. Okay. Second one is novels by Kut are my favorite. Novels written by this writer Kut are my favorite novels and I enjoy reading. So now you can see use a colon when the second clause explains the first clause and no conjunction is being used to connect the clauses. If the sentence would have been like, I enjoy reading novels by Kut are my favorite. This is like, it's not giving, means it's something is missing here. If I add a conjunction here, then it's okay. But if conjunction is not there and second one is explaining the first part, कैसे देखो, novels by Kut are my favorite. जो इस राइटर ने नॉवेल्स लिखी है वो मेरी फेवरेट नॉवेल्स है और मुझे रीडिंग करना अच्छा लगता है. ठीक है. So this part you have written first, but more explanation is given in the second clause. So you are separating them with the help of this clause. Okay. Oh, sorry, this colon. If only one sentence follows the colon, do not capitalize the first word of the new sentence. ठीक है. One sentence, this is only followed, we are not using capital here, but in this we are using capital everywhere because there are different sentences. देखो, garlic is used in Italian cooking. One sentence, it greatly enhances the flavor of pasta dishes. Second sentence, it also enhances the flavor of eggplant. So three sentences are there. That's why we are using what? Capital here also, and we have put what? Colon sign here. Because this is the part which is explaining about garlic, which is used in Italian cooking. Okay. How many of you know what is eggplant? Who knows what is eggplant? Can anybody tell me? Do you know? Do you have any idea what is eggplant? Have you seen an eggplant? If not, then just do it like this. Nobody. Okay. So eggplant is the name of brinjal. Brinjal, have you seen brinjal? बैंगन देखा है आपने? बैंगन. So eggplant is another name for brinjal. And brinjal is the king of vegetables. Okay. Okay. So use the colon to introduce a direct quotation. There is if it is more than 3 lines. अगर quotation, अगर यहाँ पर हम colon use कर रहे हैं और ये आपका एक quotation है. The author wrote in the first chapter and it is more than 3 or 4 lines, then we write it like this and then we write the whole thing, and here quotation mark is not used. Is it clear? So now semicolon we'll study tomorrow. Okay. So till today we are studying only about three punctuation marks. What we have studied? Full stop, comma, and colon.